Well, first time I learned of this, like a lot of people, was the forum post where they say they've raised over $190,000 for the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. And they thought by getting rid of the link, this wouldn't be findable. Because, of course, if you go to warframe.com/QTCC, you can still get to this webpage that I have no idea where the rest of that came from, because it was about 107 or 108 last time I looked. That was yesterday, and it's at 191,927.58. Yeah, that is, considering their goal was 100,000, that's amazing. I'm assuming they've added the merch to it. The merch was only about 34,000. The rest of it actually came from Digital Extreme themselves, donating 40,000 on top of that, because the total that was raised by the community is $114,000. That's not a small chunk of change. But of course, this does mean that every single goal has been achieved. It means that starting, well, that says the 4th, but I'm pretty sure most of these were dated the 4th. Yeah, the weekend. The double affinity booster is, of course, November the 18th at 2 PM ET for that weekend. The rest of them are November 4th, which is this Friday at 2 PM ET. There will be alerts for 3 former, I believe it's that one, a stance former and an aura former built, and an umbra former. So all formers will basically be available, most of the formers anyway, this weekend for alerts. That is going to be between November the 4th at 2 PM and November the 14th. Just quickly want to check November the 14th, November the 14th, and November the 14th. So there is a long time to get in and pick these up, but of course what people were kind of waiting for was not that, the Conquera Shoulder Ribbon, I said ribbon, and the Ephemera. Why is that Crimson Archon shard there? Ooh, better question if we scroll down, why is there an Amber one and a Azura one as well? Huh. We'll come back to that, because obviously there is the Warframe slot, the weapon slot, the Conquera Shoulder Ribbon, not Ribbon, and of course the Conquera II Ephemera. And these things, I want to know if they actually mention it or not before I say it. Well, after going through this, I cannot find it anywhere, apart from the fact that it actually says November 1st at 2 PM ET, you will get the Conquera II Ephemera, the Shoulder Guard Ribbon, the Warframe slot, the weapon slot, as well as 3 Archon shards. All you have to do to get these is log in between now and the 1st of January and you will receive this to your inbox message. Why the shards, people are asking? That's an easy one. And I've been sitting here waiting for it to update as long as I am, to be fair, willing to, but the goal, there was, I've got this somewhere, I know I have it somewhere, because I record pretty much everything. I record a lot of stuff that I never actually turn into anything, but you can see the goal was actually set to 130, which I'm assuming each one of these bars would be the 10,000, so at 110 there was a goal, at 120 was a goal, and 130 was a goal, which would be the 3 missing marks here, but they never actually added them onto there. And the fact that there is 3 missing spaces here, 3 missing 10,000 increments, 3 Archon shards, I'm just guessing here that's why the Archon shards are there, because as forementioned, it's not actually mentioned why the Archon shards suddenly turned up. Of course, if you haven't got access to the Archon shard system, you should still receive these, you just can't use them yet. It means when you do get there, they're there, ready to use. But let's take a look and actually equip these things, shall we? Almost as if it was designed to have these things actually put on. Both arms, you will notice here. Not just one, both. It is shoulder armor. you can put them on other places, and we'll get to that in a minute. Obviously, there was last year's ephemera that looks pretty decent. You can pick up in the marketplace, it says, at the moment, but this would be the Conquera II Ephemera. And now you see why I said it fits her pretty well, because it's almost as if it was designed around that. And to be fair, I was looking through the comments and somebody kept going on about this skin, so I thought, why not? It should, in theory, be on Excalibur or Mag, because that's the frames that they kind of showed off with on the site. But the best thing about this, weirdly enough, the Conqueror, you can change the colours of it. And you can, wow, that didn't change much at all there, really, did it? Let's just ignore the fact that I was pressing the wrong button there and just mention the fact that you can put whatever colour you want on this, but be forewarned. This doesn't affect it, this doesn't affect it, this doesn't affect it, this doesn't affect it, and this doesn't affect it. Hasn't changed, really, has it? So we'll randomise it again, and yeah, no colour changes this in the slightest. It does for the arm. The armour obviously changes colour very well, but to be fair on that one, it's the energy colour that changes the ephemera. Always kind of has been. So you can quite literally, what they said was, make it green. So, bright green. You can put it to whatever colour you want. I just wish it would show in real time. You can turn it into roses if you wanted to, or... Yep. That fades way, way too much. But I kind of want to leave them in their standard colours for now, for obvious reasons. Now, there is a few other things about this I want to mention really kind of quickly. The armour, yeah, you can kind of guess where I'm going here with my levitating Titania, who is not moving very quick at all. In theory, can in fact be put on Cal, yes. Because you can customize him and go to left arm, and there it is.
Wait till Blue Girls see.
I can't believe that actually works. So you can in fact put that on him if you want to. That, I kind of wish you could put an ephemera on him, that would be great. Right leg, left leg, chest, eye patch. An eye patch that matched this would be great, but I think I'm just going to leave that on him. Simply because it's not something that you would really have thought of. Cal wearing that. Oh, I'm also kind of missing something. Yeah, the Conquera Ribbon itself, the chest plate attachments, and you can see it's under the chest plate there, doesn't really fit that well, does it? It fits, it works fine, but you cannot see it, which is a bit of a shame, because obviously it's there, but it's just a dangly bit, so the only way to see it would be to take the ephemera off. Because it is basically the same ribbon that is on your arm. But we'll want to leave that on, because that goes pretty well. And also, not to forget, the ephemera will... I've liked the original one on operators for ages, but I'm kind of running the Eidolon one. This may make me change my mind. Just simply because it's two different energy colours, and unlike this one that kind of merges them into that, well, best way I can put it, the same colour of his eye, it's actually put them separately. And I think that's quite funny, and I don't think I'm likely to fix that. But just remember, you can put this on your operator if you wish, but sadly you cannot, unless they have of course changed it, put it onto your companions. They're just the vengeful ones. To be fair, I do like this. It does stand out quite a bit. I honestly kind of thought that the vines inside of it that hold the flowers together were going to be a little bit overkill from what I'd seen from it, even though you probably wouldn't even have noticed it if I hadn't have pointed that out, because you kind of focus on the flowers, but now you won't be able to because I've pointed that out. One of the best things I liked about this is if you watch, there are little petals falling off this. Actually, it's probably easier if I just walk forward and then go like this. And it's actually so good that there is detail on the petal itself. The leaf of the flower, whatever you want to call it, has detailing to it in a lot of detail. I mean, it's not like these have a lot of detailing in them because they are, for all intents and purposes, glowing. There's literal glow around it. I'm assuming that would be more pollen, but come on. The petals that fall off it have details in them. You can see the veins of the petal, the leaf, the water channels. And it does that as you are, of course, walking around. When you slide, does it do anything? Nope. That's to be expected, to be fair. Because as you're walking around, you're just leaving that effect behind you that the more I see it, the more I'm actually amazed they put so much detail into each petal. But I think we'll just end this by going over here and seeing Cal with it on his shoulder and going, where's Cal gone and why is there a floaty gun here? That's a bit weird. That is actually very, very, very weird. And with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.